Start this joint off with a tune.
The music is magical, the MC is casual, the MO is I'll battle you on my sabbatical. Radical, fanatical, rap, grammatical, addict, back at it, black magic, rap hazard, haphazardly tragic. Yo, I mystify my listeners. That bullshit you kicking just intensifies my glisten, bruh. The most poppin' in the population. These are my observations, Mike Rocker occupation. I make money by rapping, by rapping, by rapping, by rapping. Damn, ay, the music is magical, the MC casual, the MO is Al Debo, your little demo, the double X, bubble goose, rubberneck, cause I'm like she loving it. I'm coming through, bit like W. It's nothing to your cousin too. Ay, bro, I puzzle you, you too busy showing these chicks what it doesn't do. I'm hummingbird buzzing, my raps leave residue. BMX, Neelex, backstreet pedal through revenue, heaven too. Selling you hella new slap. Spin with us, bruh, I'm telling you. Scratch that, criminal acts for racks. The timid spit subliminal shit. I'm finished with you imbeciles. You boss up, got limitless expenditures, but your money bloody like images and hemorrhages, bruh. Remember this, we very seldom lead a game with who we entered with. I reminisce, feeling a bit of bliss, blowing that Buddha bless. Imagine killing them with this, knowing that you the best. The music is magical, the MC casual, the MO is no emo, it's rap ego. Black rap, black rap. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. What's up with the party people in the building? Music is magical. Alright, that was an old school slapper. Yeah. That be that clap I put out, y'all don't be knowing I put out. So that's what create legend, cause it be hella shit people heard that you ain't never heard. Let me blap that blapper again. Body language. Check your boy out. Let's go.
You nervous, I can tell by your body language, you shook. I can tell by your body language. Partners, hardly danger, y'all about to start another party banger. We dress down, got these niggas feeling gaudy. And how golly, he just sound, I'm angelic. The man spit it and sound like a damn relic. Can't feel it, you fucking with the shooter and sand spitter. The giant of Canaan spitting fire out bombs. And I'll set this shit off like the wire on the bombs. I'm old school dude, I still annihilate niggas. In fact, I devastate them, dominate them and all that. I'ma fade them, then I had little mama accommodate them. The cleanest rapper I lie saw the studio. Disinfect the boards, now you respect the Lord. Don't check me, nigga, check your broad. Stop telling everybody what your necklace costs. You reckless, boss. And I can tell by the body language he's scared. I can tell by the body language she jocking. I can tell by the body language you keep giving mommy anguish. I'ma leave your hottie language. Tired and free of desires. Exhausted with nothing to floss with. When I'm on my raw shit, niggas like all shit. Lockjaw spit on everyone he accosted. They salute me, cause of my monetary hustle. Plus I move by myself like involuntary muscles. It's honorary, persona very smooth rhymer. Could be waiting on my commissary, stuck playing solitary. I'm overseas trying to see how far a dollar carries. I'm flavorful, my studio is culinary. You wanna taste? I can tell by the body language. You funny style, I can tell by the body language. And I can tell by the body language. You know the party probably get rowdy. Got the shoddy banger, sing Miss Promiscuous. I got a banger, baby girl off the hook. But it's not a hang up. I got bars, we can make a connection. When I mingle with the rappers, I lead with the best one. Yeah, she started looking at me sexy and opened up her legs like she doing the jet ski. You wanna go there? That's my favorite direction. But you stay with your ex, I'ma play with the next one. Cause you a problem, I can tell by your body language. What you throwing up? I leave the cotties hanging real snotty. I be acting all English, nose turned up as I rap to y'all fiendish cats who seen my act, but seem to act like they don't know casual, the cleanest cat. And I can tell by their body language, they be feeling a nigga when a nigga spit that shit, yan.
What's up with y'all? How y'all doing out there today? Up, got some time for an early morning stream. I was drinking my coffee and just having some fun. Now, this that type of shit motherfuckers don't be knowing about. We just on a chill right here. See, you be so ahead of the game, even with the bars. But I ain't talking about the bars. Look, that album was put out 2013. Shit sound like I just made it last night, and some people thought that's new. Check this out, though. That ain't even what I'm talking about. I'm about to blow this page up and just show you how your boy was on it. 2013, what you see right here. 2013. For micro donations to support the Church of Rap God, you see a Bitcoin address, right? You see a Litecoin address, a Frank coin. These are all coins Cat didn't even know about. Feather coin, World coin, Zeta coin, I think that was. Back in 2013. Now, people were sending micro donations in 2013. This is why I don't even be talking about Bitcoin and shit no more. Cause I be telling people how to do shit. Niggas be listening like I ain't the type of motherfucker you should listen to. Like you gotta just start listening to like there's all kind of different black men out here. Who the ones you should be listening to? Well, if a motherfucker tell you some shit like this, and then you just looking, oh, you don't know what you talking about. I'm about to copy this address. Now, when people were sending these micro donations, they were 50 cents worth of Bitcoin, $1 worth of Bitcoin. But Bitcoin wasn't worth nothing. That was my album, Tall God. It's on my Bandcamp. It's called Santa Claus. It got a dope winter season song on there. I'll play it too. If you take this address and go to BTC Block Explorer, because you can see what's in anybody's wallet, you'll be able to see what those micro donations amount to right now. That's that same wallet I just copied. There go the address. Let's kick it for Bitcoin. So those micro donations turned out to be worth 20 racks right now. So was I hella stupid? Well, yes and no. No, I was just so far ahead of the game, and I was putting people up on Bitcoin, and we was taking micro donations. So it probably amounted to like $15, $25, $100 worth of Bitcoin. But now obviously what's in the back of everybody's head is at the end of this little short story. So you might have thought that's more than I made off this album. Right? This is just a little Bandcamp. I didn't even put it out. I just put a little EP on Bandcamp. Now, the whole catch would be if I had not spent this Bitcoin yet. Because I watched it go up to not 19,000 like it would be worth today. Probably watched it go up to 500-600. Right? I probably watched it go, and then I thought I was killing it with that. Now you just gotta everything work in your life. So if you just put up a little link and was teaching people about Bitcoin and they were sending you little donations and you seen the little $20 turn into like $600-700, that was cool. Feel me? But some of these wallets I got are lost. And I ain't even trying to go look for them because I know my histories of computers. I did take that hard drive. I do got that hard drive sitting in one of my basements, right? But it's lost. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah. Now, when we be talking about putting, oh, let's do this, let's do that. Man, all that opportunity was sitting right there in crypto. And right now it's in AI and stuff. Right now, all that's in AI basically. Meaning like all the projects we be talking about we need to put together, man, it's right here. This is the new world. This is not the world as you used to see it or imagine. Like it's too much access to stuff. We could do everything. Remember when the information age was a thing? We're out of the information age. I'm about to coin the age we in, bro. We in the application age. It's no more about just having information. They making it easy to apply the information now. So as we move into the application age, you don't be gonna look left behind if you ain't applying the knowledge. Right? I just said I was reacting to the world. And I just got hyped seeing that little thing back there on this old album. Because I did have a lot of different topics I wanted to talk about, but I'm not rushing into them. We just chilling. I got a little bit of time. Can't wait till my time free up. I be having to work too much. Now I'm humbled enough to work, but then I be like, fuck that. You ain't supposed to be working. So then that's my struggle between my humility and my ego. My humility and my ego. Humility prevails. Being the provider, you gon' go with, I gotta do this shit. You see what I'm saying? And so if you ain't got that in you, then hey, you probably can sit around and do some crazy shit. But I do run some companies and I am in a lot of things right now. And one thing I hate is having $1 million conversations being broke. I hate that shit. But let's keep it real. That's how all businessmen gotta think, right? Thank you, ball like a king. No work, no eat. So your humility gonna kick you in and just smash on everything. Like what? I could be a better anything than a motherfucker, right? But I'm a creative though. The world will get the best out of me if I'm allowed to create. So I'll be struggling with creative time and labor time. Fuck you want a motherfucker this nice doing some labor. You crazy. That's why hip hop missed out on a lot of shit. A lot of these niggas is saying I'm one of the nicest. I just got through telling you, oh, they don't show you. Matter of fact, let me play that video again. Because they took that whole thing down. They wouldn't let me play that video because we was chilling on hip hop. And I played too much of it.
They
I
were
played
with
too
it.
much stuff.
What about the Souls of Mischief?
Souls of Mischief, man. They meant a lot for us in our kind of schooling of music. And, you know, when me and Big started rapping, Souls of Mischief were Souls of Mischief, Tribe Called Quest, Hobo Junction Crew, Casual. A lot of people don't say casual enough.
Yeah.
They don't say casual enough. Well, what if you found out they don't say casual enough because casual ain't putting enough music because casual at work? Trying to pay. What kind of bullshit is that? That's why I'll be like, fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck. This is my life. Hell of y'all artists, you wonder what the fuck what's some slap at? Oh, he at work. Hell no. Now, don't get me twisted. I told you, I'm the one who told the artist, you got to maintain something even while you doing that, right? And I know what's going on. A real businessman understand you put everything into what you doing. You ain't even supposed, if you sitting back with hella liquid, you at the end of I'm talking about businessman, entrepreneur. you kind of like at the end of your plan because now you got, everything worked out unless you just stopped. You know, some people come out with a idea in a business and it be ultimately successful within 2 years, right? But I don't know how y'all be doing it though. Money sitting in the bank don't do shit for you. It don't do nothing. Right? So then, well, you understand you gotta have all your shit working for you, man. If you just like even people in the hood know that cats will buy like 6 cars. And you be thinking they hella dumb. No, they be like, I got 4 of them to flip. And at least they money ain't in the bank, is depreciating. Nope, they buying classics. So some dudes wasn't stupid. And then they learned property. That's what we learned. Now, what if do you know that your net worth could be 10 million, 20 million, and you could have 20 G's? Oh, I'm just giving arbitrary shit. And you be like, and people, and that's not that's not enough to do what you got to do. But you got this over here and this over there and that over there. And then you start getting older. That's why I be like, man, what the fuck? Like, what are assets for? So they could appreciate. And then if you just gonna have that motherfucker and then never use it to do nothing, then what the fuck? So I didn't have people call and contacting and talking about, yo, I got multiple emails with the number is millions in the email. Offers I can't take. Offers people don't want to take. And I'd be like, cool. But then I'd be like, what the fuck? I told you I had the one dude talking about, 1.4 is over 10 times what y'all, with this. I'm like, what you talking about? Sometimes you can't even do nothing because you got dignity. You might be like, I don't even like the way, now maybe I'm going too crazy, but you might be like, I don't even like the way they just said that. That just messed up everything. We sitting here talking about all this shit and you just said, oh, there's so much more than what you're doing now. And I'm just like, okay, now I want to go back into, let me just crush you and end this dialogue. And being like, all right, say that's 10 times what I get in a year. Then you just telling me your deal is only worth 10 years? But you want some shit in perpetuity. You want the shit for forever. No response to that. What you gonna say? Because you trying to say, oh, it's 10 times more than you get a year. Oh, that means you offer me 10 years worth of something. 10 years, motherfucker. I've been doing this shit since I was a little ass kid. I could get, they got some new thing going on where you get your royalties, not your royalties. And I need to investigate this 35-year thing going on in hip hop. But would you trip off that? I released my album so young that I'm almost about to be able to cash in on the fact that they can only hold rights to, a label can only hold rights to an album for 35 years. So it's like putting out an album at age 0 and you'll be 35 years old when you get to cash in on that. But I would probably be like, well, now to keep it real, I put out my album at 17, so I'll probably be like 55 or something, whatever, a little older than that, right? It wouldn't be 5, probably 7 or 3, whatever, y'all do it. But what I'm saying is, damn, if you put out your record at 15, you getting your shit back at 50. No matter what deals you did, basically. So I'm happy that I got to put out my record at 17. Cause that, like, if you ain't working, y'all know, right? All rappers ain't set up for Social Security and shit. You had to been working in the workforce, putting something into that. So it's gonna be, I'll be looking like, dang, it's gonna get looking kind of crazy in the. But I'm talking not. I think about shit like this, so I try to prepare. But it's a lot of hip hoppers who don't think about shit like that. What you been putting into a 401k unless you went on your own and did it. Labels don't instruct you to do none of that type of stuff or nothing, whatever. Cats be like having a shoebox under the mattress with hundreds of thousands, bro. Like, it's crazy. That's probably, I mean, hey, that's probably better than the bank, but I'm just saying. Shout out to Andre for even saying that again. I did a whole show talking about that, but they blocked the show. So I had to say again. Shout out. That was cool. But you know, being a father, right? A provider, a family man, you not about to be talking about, man, please. I'll be doing some shit with bars in my head that'll kill the whole hip hop. They'll be like, I gotta remember that. You know what I'm saying? On the real though. I'm still looking at Andre. And now that I hear all this, my efforts 2020, man, trust me, 2025, this is nothing. I'm back on my casual shit. I'm calling all these motherfuckers out for my next record. Like, even if you ain't even doing bars, I don't give a fuck. Say something. Shit. I don't care. At least I ain't never did my side of saying, what's up, let's do it. Right? But yeah, man, how about Black Love? Huh? I'm not talking about anything that's real, like Black Love. I'm talking about getting your culture so commodified that they tried to go through our culture, find relationships that can reflect the image of Black love, right? And then they started having your significant others or what have you wanting a relationship like Will and Jada. Or wanting to be like Papoose and Remy. Back when they commodified it and put it on the TV and made it into this how your relationship's supposed to look. If it don't look like this, something wrong. Like the Cosby Show of relationships. Ooh, holding the baby. Ooh, they're doing ooh, they never argue. Wanna be like that. I wanna be like that. You make me sick. You want your relationship like Will and Jada now? You want your relationship like Will and Jada now? You want that Remy, that Pap, that Black love now? Yes or no? I'm saying aspiring to other people's stuff, messing up your own stuff, watching TV, looking at fake relationships, comparing it to yours, messing up your own life. That ain't it. But I don't even really got nothing to say about Remy and Papoose. I want to say just about, the potential for when things deteriorate to go on ahead and have that public mud felt. Right? That public mud felt. Yeah, they commodified it, tall guy, and then they tried to put a stamp to say this is what it's supposed to look like. And if yours don't look like that, something wrong. But as far as that's concerned, the potential for us to crash out, get on the internet, and throw out irreparable damages, we need to. That's where emotional intelligence come in. Some rappers never tried to make a hit. He said Papoose has a lot of skills, but he can't make hits. Is it because of his image? No. I know, like myself, it was a point in the time where making a hit was never on my mind. Like when I went to make songs, making a hit, like what? I kind of didn't want everybody to like it. Strangely enough, on some backpack shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if Papoose was the same way, but I wouldn't say he can't make hits. I don't know if that's ever been his focus. So Remy let me just show y'all something. Now, we probably was nice with the hands and stuff when we was younger. I spelled the name wrong. You feel me? We probably was nice with the hands. Some of us was walking around getting knocked out or whatever. Whatever your hands history was, it is what it is. But this is Carissa Shields.
Tonight.
A champion fighter.
And,
like, it would not, don't even think is no gangster in Remy Ma that would allow her to see Carissa Shields, y'all. Like, that's not even the thing. No, they talking that type of stuff. I didn't make that up. They went there. And I'm like, that's not good. That would be the worst mistake to ever let happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, you know what's one thing about getting old, right? Who WR or whatever. But she's not a street fighter. You can say whatever. I seen her bounce down and do the get low in one fight, and I was like, what the hell? But she's a real boxer. She's not a street gangster, like talking like I'm gonna shoot you over a little bit of money. So it's two different type of toughs, and this type of tough is a different type of tough. It's not your I talk slip, I smack a bitch tough. These is my hands are professional at beating a bitch ass. Sorry, but that's what that is right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Professional. So that's not the way to go. That's horrible. Because some promoter gonna hop on that quick. I got a million for you. Carissa Shields, Remy Ma. That's like the new Jake Paul Tyson, but the opposite. So I ain't getting in all of their details or whatever. I'm just reacting to the world, man. Reacting. I be looking like, dang, they messed up. So, and I hope they could get their thing back or whatever. I don't really hope nothing like that. I just wish we don't further slander each other online like that. Like that start looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I could tell by the body language. Papoose is a nice rapper. When I mean his bars he be putting up is right in where he want him to be. I don't know who you saying when you say she horrible, WNBA bad. The WNBA ain't bad like that, bro. You judge the WNBA on a double standard. And I bet you all the women, unless you play a little bit of hoop, them women in the WNBA will put up buckets on you, DeShera. Stop playing. So I'm not one of the like people, men who participate in pointing out how bad the WNBA is. I watch it more than the NBA. You feel me? So I'm not on your head like that, but I'm just letting you know that's not really my read. I like the WNBA. So it's bad when you compare it to men's basketball. But men can jump higher. And just traditionally for the sport, men been playing and practicing that shit longer. And even half of the environments to do that type of shit got a masculine. You know, like a woman got to walk in the gym and get on the court with 50 dudes to get her game right. They probably go scoreless, but I'm thinking about Carissa Shields would not be cool. So talking that type of crap don't even do it. Not you, I'm talking about them. Yeah. Somebody said, I tell my 12-year-old son to watch WNBA to learn how to play fundamentally because he can't do the NBA moves yet. Exactly. WNBA got some ballers. He's probably talking about Angel Reese. Well, I ain't mad at her either, but I know how much y'all say she missed a lot, and that's why she be leading in rebounds. But everybody who miss a lot don't get all their rebounds. Yo, Smash, we have to peep out how they're trying to make the world woke. All right, let's talk about that. They love taking words. They love taking a word and changing it, right? And so I never was hella big on the initial woke culture in hip hop, but I always was woke, right? But I never really said that term hella much, but I knew what it meant. Erica Badu, if y'all think about it, Erica Badu helped teach people and talk about that woke stuff hella much. I mean, she helped to make that slang term be what it was. Or whatever. I'm trying to fix my camera, excuse me. Right? And so I agree that they took a term that meant to not be asleep, to be aware, and to be awake, and they're trying to make it mean something negative. I don't know what Side 12 just said, but I don't understand it. Now, if you listen, I don't know, but I even listen to people like Tasha K. Like I might be I might be tired or bored and I'll listen to Tasha K. Because one thing I ask myself is, why do I only listen to men on YouTube? Like, is there something wrong with listening to a woman? Then I might listen to her. Bro, she was going so hard on Easy the Block Captain. Sometimes funny women, I'm talking about funny women, they'll get you, boy. she was roasting that dude. All right, he said Angel Reese has no move. She's a hustle player, a garbage man, which is still very valuable. She like a Rodman then, bro. Damn. Now, if you compare her to Rodman, you're going to have to take your words back. Yes, I know, tall guy. Is she like a Dennis Rodman? Yep. You trying to say no, but you know I got you. Rodman is an all-star player. You ain't gotta like have moves and you doing numbers. So what's better when you hit the hoop court? Moves or numbers? It can look ugly, but she doing numbers. So imagine if you had a player on your team who miss a lot, but they always get their rebound and they put that shit back up. So I feel you. I feel you. She don't got the moves, but she do got numbers though. You feel me? And she ain't like there by accident. All right, he said Robin was getting 20, 30 rebounds, but she get a double in the NBA. There we go. He wasn't always getting 20, 30, but there was a point when something changed and he did start getting 20, 30. But I think they had changed some rule or something. But maybe I'm wrong. But she's still getting double, averaging it, you know, getting her 15 some nights, her 20 some nights, rebounds in the WNBA. So, all right, I didn't say she was as good as Rodman. I said she like a Rodman. All right, I'm not about to argue her. I don't even argue who. But what I was doing was like just saying, arguing the double standard of comparing women in the WNBA to men in the NBA. Unless y'all on some equality shit, like y'all, I mean, you know, they force equality like on you, like in the world, but we know that we are made different. You know, we made different, and the fact that we got different physiologies is gonna say that we could do different things in this physical world that has a law of physics, right? So if the law of physics makes something heavier and your body is less equipped to deal with that something that is heavier, then we got differences. If it's time to nourish a child and you're a woman is far more equipped than a man to nourish a child, then we got differences. And those differences start to take up time in your life. Meaning the gestation period to giving birth is a whole long time period where her physiology is significant in life. Like, so I don't know what we be tripping on. Shout out, thanks for asking that question. He said, Smash, what's your take on the new Snoop and Dr. Dre album? So I started before I did this stream. I started to watch that video and I couldn't finish it. But now because Snoop, it was too much young stuff going on. Like that, I don't think they could imagine themselves. I mean, they probably can, but they was just doing LA street culture stuff, and I couldn't watch it for too much longer. Right? Because Snoop was sitting on the hood of a car, but he was using AI to stay on the hood of that car. If any young kid go try to reproduce what he did, they dead. So I'll be thinking like that. I'm almost, I don't know. I'm thinking too much. But that's how I was thinking, like, damn, why is you swinging the car, Dr. Dre? Like, that's so late 90s. So if you're trying to make it look like late 90s, this don't look like late 90s. This looked like 2004 2024 AI with a late 90s. Let's swing our cars and put Snoop Dogg in an unrealistic position on the car so that people could try to emulate this shit in the world and go kill themselves. So that's why I couldn't watch it. I'm sorry. Ain't that hella corny? Like, all that shit like that mess it up for me. So I'm gonna go back and watch it, but those were my initial thoughts. Like, fuck that. Let me see. Go back to the computer. I need not to be. Um, yeah, but it would be if Remy probably old as me. She tried to get in the ring with Carissa Shields. That's gonna look like Tyson, Jake Paul, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, that did turn out to be 20 G's in Bitcoin. Now you could go into that wallet and see on what dates I got it sent and what that. Now here go the funny part. From 5 inputs to right. I'm just looking at all of this, how this is working. It even show you the wallet transaction history. That's crazy, bro. So what y'all say? You ain't heard the new Snoop yet? I will give it a listen, but I was listening with my headphones on the floor, and then I was just looking at the images, and I wasn't ready for that today. So that was just me, though. You feel me? Let me open up I'm just gonna open up a Zoom just for a chat, just on GP if somebody want to build on something. I can actually come on the screen while that's on there, or maybe, and work that out real quick. Where does it go? Oh, the Zoom. Yeah, so I'll be ready to, I'll be ready to bust some big ass moves. Right? I'm gonna share this link because we still doing the anybody can come on and build and talk. And as you know, if you got content that needs to get removed, you get yourself removed. But anybody can come on and build. I'm putting the link up if you got something to say. Click the link and say it. It's all good. Make sure you don't be disrespectful or childish or whatever. I heard my phone ringing. So yeah. Then I'm in another meeting just yesterday, and these motherfuckers trying to charge over $250,000. Just I don't even want to talk. I ain't going there, but I'm just talking about that. Like I'm like, okay, here we go. My man Malik's phone just hit the link. I don't know Malik yet, so we gonna ask you to. I'm gonna ask you to turn on your camera real quick. Then you can turn it back off, and then I'll bring that on the screen. What's up with Malik?
What's up with my bro?
Shelly, you mind sharing your camera real quick? I'm just trying to see who you is.
It's Nick, brother. You
All right,
know me.
peace, Malik. You can turn it back off.
Yeah, it's Nick, brother. You know me.
Yeah, what's up with you? All right, go ahead. I'm gonna put it on this big screen. What's up with you? You on mute, bro. You gotta come off mute.
Yeah, I just took it off mute, Cash. Just been loving what you've been doing, man. Been impeccable, man. I know you from how we was in the streets, and in the beginning of the hip hop, and but you deep. It's deep now, Cash.
Wait, where you from?
I've been.
Where you from? I'm
I'm from
trying to make sure who I know you is.
Oakland, California, man.
Okay,
Nicholas,
Malik from the town. Who you said you was brother?
my brother Nicholas Bosworth.
Okay. You talking about
Yeah,
Nick?
Nick with the gold teeth, and
Nick. From I
yeah,
mean, yeah, Nick.
yeah.
All
Yeah,
right,
it
what's
was the
up,
beginning
bro?
stages with Teray. We
He
used to
was
be
in
down
my
the street.
video with the yeah. He brought
Yeah,
out a few cars for my videos.
yeah, man. Hey, bro, hey, man, you a mastermind, man. And I'm just big up in you, man, because like a lot of cats don't really like know who you is. I be bumping you and stuff, and you the goat, bro.
I
For real. They ask
appreciate
they
that,
they
family.
asking
Hey,
you,
nah.
they asking you, have you heard Snoop, bro? Don't nobody want to hear that, man. I ain't even clowning, bro. But come on, man. Come on. Yeah, man, I just wanted to give you your flowers, man, bro. You doing some amazing stuff, man, and you always been underrated. You are a pioneer to this hip hop stuff. Don't nobody want to face you on that mic. That's facts. And yeah, man, I love you, bro.
I love you too, man. And, salute. Thanks for the kind words, bro. I appreciate that. Tell Nick I said what's up.
It's all gravy, yes, sir.
Word up. Thanks for tapping in.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. All right. Well, I like that. That's cool. Shout out to anybody who tap in with them good words. Okay, we got the Tall God Hate Rue hitting the link. Let's see what my brother wanted to tell y'all real quick. What's up with your Tall God? Good. All right. Yo. That's cool. Shout out to anybody who tap in with them good. Oh, you gotta press. Oh yeah, I know you know what's up. You probably muting that out real quick. And then we all know the tall guy, so I'm gonna bring you on the screen. Yeah, shout out for that salute, family. Malik. What's up with your tall guy?
Man, happy to be here, man. Another day on this beautiful earth, man. That's it, man. How you doing?
Oh man, I'm chilling.
That's what's up, man. A couple things I wanted to talk about whenever the chance, and it could be just kind of when these subjects come up, man.
We chilling right now. It's nothing. What's up?
Okay, cool. So first thing is, I don't know if we finished. If I didn't finish watching the video where we was talking about Swahili and the languages, and that we should adopt the language. And I do agree we should adopt the language that we should all speak a non-English speaking, an African language that Africans in the diaspora should use. However, I learned some things about Swahili, and I think. Tahuti, brother Tahuti, Amin Hotep Ra, y'all know who I'm talking about, to be on Sonetta sometimes. He got a lot of good information. And he is one that believes that the Netchers were real living beings, which of course is debatable, but so people think he's a little bit out there because of that, but his information, a lot of his information is really, really, really on point. I think we should be paying a little bit more attention to him. But he did a good breakdown on Swahili a couple weeks ago and pointed out that Swahili is actually an Arabic word and an Arabic-based language.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Okay. So did y'all come to that conclusion at the end that it was an Arabic?
Well, I think that was put out there, but it's still highly used on the continent. But for a few brothers who visit the continent, was like, man, I just went to the biggest Swahili-speaking country, and everybody was speaking English or whatever.
Was that Kenya?
I don't remember where he said he visited. It was Kamji verse.
Cam, okay. And he's definitely adept in language. He would probably know as much as anybody, I think. So was he saying it was kind of, did he talk about the Arab roots of Swahili? Did he go into that?
He didn't really go into it like that.
Okay.
No, he didn't.
Well, I'm gonna go back and watch the show that Tahuti did, and I'll come back to that a little bit more educated. I was just wondering if how far y'all had got with that in the Arabic roots, and if y'all talked about that.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, we'll probably build on it again if some of them people come on the show.
Word. And so the one last thing is, since you brought up Cam too, because again, I got a lot of respect for that young brother. Just a master teacher in some respects. Still, to me, in my amateur opinion, but still a little bit elder opinion, he's a little bit too personally attached to some of his subject matter. But that's part of being young too, I think. I mean, he did a presentation called Thomas Sowell Doesn't Understand African Politics. And like me and him had a little back and forth about that just on some comments on an earlier video, but he's too personally attached to and he's got some things. I don't agree with most of what Thomas Sowell says, but he did some excellent work on the cultural practices and language that we took from rednecks, from down south white people during slavery, the antebellum slavery, and how they had got it from Scotland and kind of the highlands of Great Britain before they came to the United States, and they came here from there, right? And I thought the work was excellent. He cited some good sources. I know Grady McSwiney was one, like his book called like Rednecks and Crackers or some Cracker Culture, I think was the name of it. And that's written by a European. Goes all into it, and it kind of shows the parallels. Soul showed the parallels on a video, on another video he has called "The Origins of Black Culture," which again I don't agree with Soul on most things, but when it comes to this particular topic, I think he went in, and I could go through that video that Camjiverse did, and like really, I don't want to go through it and like pick it apart, but it's a lot of bones I have to pick with that video he did. And maybe when he's here to defend himself, we can go over that at one point. But that's all I got, man. I wanted to put those two things out there. If anybody got things to say, or if he ends up coming on, I would love to get into that discussion. But I'm gonna pass the mic right now.
Word up. Thanks for tapping in. You stick around. We're gonna be having a build. What's up with Black President?
Yo, Kaz, what's going on? I can't see you, bro.
Oh, well, let me see if I'll have to turn on this virtual camera real quick. Hold on.
It's all good.
What's up with it, though?
Yo, this is 30 years in the making, bro. That's a good alley-oop because watch this. That dude he's talking about, Thomas Sowell, right?
Who?
He actually went to my high school in New York.
Wow.
The number one high school, that's how we're gonna start. Because that we were listening to the Souls of Mischief and Casual in high school. The number one high school in New York, Stuyvesant High School. They don't talk to you about that. Right?
Y'all was listening to that?
Oh, see, this is the thing you gotta ask yourself, bro. With Tajay in the whole, see, I know your whole history. That's the first thing is that, like, Dr. Ben and John Henrik Clark, they were teaching in New York, brother. That's one. And number two, if Tajay went to Stanford, you guys don't think there's an Ivy League school in New York, bro? Columbia University. So we have people on that intellectual level. You understand? So yeah, listen. You got to think. In 93, they didn't even have, listen, I have the first book that they wrote about hip hop by the artist. I got copies of that shit right now, right here. This the temple right here. In Brooklyn, in Brooklyn Public Library. They didn't even have books about hip hop then in the early 90s, bro. In 93, you can't find any books talking about hip, a few, but nothing really scholarly and in-depth like that in 93, 94. So yeah, we were listening to the vocabulary and all of that. But the thing about it is, the other day when we were talking and I said that this is the headshot, this is what I meant. Same thing about the hieroglyphics. We were studying ancient Kemet at the same time. So over the years, those same principles that you cats espouse, we kept that alive in New York. Listen, that's the thing I was telling you. You think Sonetta don't know me? He know who I am. You know why he hating? Because I'm from Brooklyn. Bro. I'm from Biggie's neighborhood, too. These niggas know me, bro. I battled Foxy in front of my grandfather's house, B. And that's the thing. The thing I was saying about to you. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
Yeah, listen, Casual. Watch. So, I am the person who wrote Is Hip Hop an African Religion and went to Kemet to present it. You think how Sonetta, all these people, I know you watch Sonetta. I call Professor James Small right now. You see, that's why I'm talking to you, because I know that's what we showed and proved. That's why I was telling you that. Watch how I get it. First thing we showed and proved is the fact that you say you are. You Hiero, you teaching hieroglyphics. I'm the Black President. I got a degree in political science on it. Then I wrote the thesis on hip hop. That's the first thing we did. Then the concept of balance in hip hop my eye. Y'all, we was the first nigga, we was doing that. You was a smart dude, but you're not a punk. Same thing. The concept of hip hop my eye. They don't want to show that. On that level. You don't see now, it's a bunch of people who used to, everybody want to be smart now. They wasn't smart 15 years ago. Who did that? I did that. Oh, listen, my YouTube, I got one joint on YouTube. You know what it is? Me and Kemet by the Sphinx. All these niggas fucking who's the dude always battling to Zariak? Who talks about Kemet?
You talking about Jabari?
Yeah, come on, son. Come on, bitch. Jabari? You don't see he just lost? You think Jabari wouldn't know me, bro? Bro, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. This is what let's see. That's why I was even talking about your girl. Watch how you did this yesterday. Watch this. Watch me get you right here. I'm watching you, right? I didn't even know Sophia Chang signed you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, I didn't know that. But I recognized her because the other day she was on Good Morning America. And I'm like, yo, boom, that shit is ill. And then so I Googled, do a little research because I don't really pay attention. I know she managed to RZA, this, and that. Watch this, listen to this. And then I realized, oh, she married to a dude who's a Shaolin master, right?
Yeah, she married a Shaolin monk.
Oh, yeah, but guess what, Kaz? This is him right here. That's him.
Move it over. We can barely see the picture. To the picture part. Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go.
There he is.
That's him?
That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's him.
Yeah.
That's him. I'm a martial artist too. I was like, yeah, see, that's how I have to get at them. To show you that there's been an anti-Black discrimination as far as, see, I knew this from that school I'm talking about, Stuyvesant, because guess what? Stuyvesant was a predominantly Asian school while I was in there studying hieroglyphics. And that's why they always hated on me, because they didn't like the fact that, again, how do we hold it? We're the people who you're not going to convince that Jesus is Black. So they want to make sure that the person who's going to express to people that hip hop is not only Black, but an African culture, they want to get rid of him. That's the God. You see? And that's how I have to show you. I have to do shit like this. You don't want to put me on? You know what I got to do? I got to call C Gutter from the Junior Mafia, who I used to be in his neighborhood, to be like, yeah, nigga, what's up? That's what because they don't want a person who espouses hip hop on a level of knowledge, even though we are the ones who civilized the planet with the hip hop shit.
So
right?
hold on, I'm getting a lot of your jewels you dropping, but you know what, bro? I gotta keep it a buck. I don't know what the overall thesis to what you're talking about is. Like, it seems like you're filing a complaint or a contention against something, but I don't know what it is. So let me know what the overall, what the overall underlying, what are you talking about ultimately?
Okay, ultimately, this is what I'm talking about. Number one, I have metaphorically resurrected New York hip hop.
Okay.
That's what I've done by evolving it to the level which I'm explaining to you right now in person.
Mm-hmm.
What is the fundamental mythos of ancient Kemet? The resurrection of Osar, right?
So it changed over periods of time, but I'll just continue.
Fundamentally, it's the resurrection of Osar. So that's what you're seeing right now, the resurrection of New York hip hop in the person of E. Props, the Black president.
Well, that's dope. I'm with that. I'm with it. I mean, that sounds cool. Okay, the resurrection of New York hip hop, and that's what you're standing on.
Period. And what I was doing is explaining to you that the process has to occur within opposition, right? You can't resurrect if they try to kill you. And that happened physically too, because I was physically attacked in a famous New York club called Bentley's, where on a Friday the 13th, like today, I was cut, and then on Sunday, I got out the hospital. This is real Facts. And
You
the
got
thing
some
about
material, fam? You got some material, music, or what? Art?
www.blackpresident.com. BLACCPREZIDON.
What about your YouTube or something? You said you only got one joint with you and Kemet, though, right?
I have everything.
No, you said on your YouTube.
Yeah. You go to blackpresident.com. Listen, I've been studying this since Hieroglyphics Imperium, brother. I know the independent game. The site is connected to every other site. And it's not a coincidence, just to show you that they just, even this fact, what did they just, yeah, we got to add this element to it. We're all watching YouTube right now, right? So you see the Zopound is fire. Yeah. You heard about them.
What's that? What's that? A group?
The Zopound, again, I'm Haitian American. Let's start with that. The Zopound is a crew here by the way, I'm in Florida right now. The New York dude who's in Palm Beach after Trump won the presidency. Yeah. Now, Zopound is a group. Right now, they're on the internet talking about them in Miami, Florida. They're well known. They're on the internet right now. But the level that I want to talk to you is about this. You ever ask yourself, Cat, like, why did Eminem, you didn't let me finish. Why did Eminem name the antagonist in his movie Papa Doc? Do you know who Papa Doc is?
No.
Papa Doc was the president of Haiti, brother, in the 1960s. A black nationalist, black conscious brother that even Fred Hampton mentioned as being black nationalist, right?
All right.
So what I'm saying is that over time, I realized the reason why he was named that was an attack on me, because like I'm telling you.
Attack on you personally.
Personally.
Hold on, now let me ask you something, and then we're going to go to the next person. I feel you in the sense that sometimes artistically it seems as if things are direct attacks on us, right? And I felt that way in art. But let me ask you, how would he know you? Is there a way that do Eminem know you? How would they be directly attacking you through a movie if you ain't on their radar?
Oh yeah, again, that's the assumption. This is why we're talking right now. Look at that. See, this is the fundamental thing that we're fighting now. The fight is between people in the music industry who imitated New York hip hop and people who live in New York who grew up on hip hop. That's the difference. That's the difference between me and Eminem. Now, how would Eminem know me? Just like your boy Kanye West. Let me explain. Number one, like I said, my grandfather lived in Brooklyn, New York, where we got paid off of the Barclays Center Stadium. That's one. I didn't perform there. We got paid. That property is between Biggie Smalls and Foxy Brown, who I battled in front of my grandfather's house in 1993, the same year. The backpack, that's me.
Hold on, though, family. Now, I feel you. You told us some of those facts before, but you got to just answer the question. Then we're going to move to the next person. We got a lot of people came in. You ain't really answered the question. How would Eminem know you to be targeting you in the movie with the name Papa Doc?
Papa Doc. I didn't say just me. I didn't say just Eminem. Number one, let's explain. You got to use your logic. I said that I lived in between Biggie and Foxy in the early 90s. I was an MC. I predate Eminem. Now, how would he know me? Maybe because, again, you think Bobito don't know me? That's the racism I'm telling you.
Hold on, family. Now you going. You said you think Bobito don't know me. That's the racism I'm telling you.
Again, you again.
Did you just say that?
I did that. I said what I told you is.
Where did racism come into anything?
Because I told you metaphorically the fact that the people who been studying hip hop for 30 years, you got to understand, all non-black people who's in the hip hop, they're into it because they look at it as black culture. But what they do is take advantage of us who don't have knowledge of self to push us up there. Now, why would they want somebody with black consciousness to be within hip hop when their advantage is to be more intelligent than the people
All
they
right,
work with?
let's work something out. We gonna. I would like you to come back and have this type of discourse. You got good content, right? Like people want to hear the type of stuff you're making, but I didn't see you make give me no reason to think Eminem would have been targeting you specifically. From what I asked you, you could have been talking about living between Biggie and Foxy. How the fuck would he know that?
Wait, that's not the
He from Detroit.
What kind of? But it don't matter. He came to New York. What you mean? He was a yo.
I'm saying so. Everybody, it's so many people in New York right here in the chat. So you saying you known in New York like that?
You goddamn right, I'm known. You crazy? Now let me ask you a question, Cass. How did you get on? What blueprint did you do? You came to New York, got with Barbito, got with Stimulated Dummies, got with Search, that crew. You don't think I know? I know y'all.
Yeah, I'm with you, okay, but that ain't really how I got on. But you're right. Let me tell you, you're right. That's my history, but that's not how I got on.
I'm not. What I'm telling you is that there's clear that I call them the hip hop Ku Klux Klan.
Oh no.
Non-black people who clicked up together to keep out black conscious people. Like, how would you really think?
Fam, would you be willing to do a presentation on that?
What presentation?
Or as that? I mean, you don't gotta put it on a PowerPoint. You could come back and talk about that on the whole show, the Hip Hop KKK, or whatever, and put your theory down. But I just want to keep it moving, and I'm not asking you to leave. I want to say we're gonna table this for a moment because we got other people waiting to speak, and you had the floor for a moment.
You holler at me. Yeah.
Hey, real quick, fam. Can you tell me that website again? Because I wasn't Black President. Can you spell that again?
BlackPresident.com.
So feel free to stay. You could, we just gonna go to the next speaker real quick.
Peace. And that's the paperwork right there. You know how niggas be pulling up like, I want to see your paperwork. That's the paperwork.
What's the paperwork?
Metaphorically, those are what I'm giving the credentials for you to analyze to see whether or not to corroborate.
I got you. But that was the fact that you battled Foxy back in the day, and that you lived in between what's the name of them house. That's the paperwork.
Yo, you trying to be fun? No. The paperwork is that I could pull out this rap pages from 1994 with you in it. That's the paperwork.
But that's my paperwork.
No, it's not. It's not your paperwork.
No, if I'm in it, right? You proving my history. Show me your paperwork.
But that's what I'm saying. This is Biggie. Wu-Tang. I was there. That's what I'm telling you. See, I'm
gonna give you a fair assessment of what you offered us so far. You lightweight on one, family. Like you all over the place. You had the floor. And I'm not saying this is being said respectfully. Like, I got smoke flying in front of me too. I'm saying, so right now, it just seems like it's hard to follow what you're trying to give us. So I asked you, in humility, would you mind coming back and putting that together in a way that we could absorb that? You feel me? And you so I don't think you took it in the way I was trying to offer it. I'm saying, I could give you an hour to talk about this.
No, the thing about it, Kat, it's like you have to I get it. You're an intelligent dude, but it seemed like you're trying to play reverse psychology. Like the other day when I was telling you that the Jungle Brothers were in a tree, and then I put X Clan, and then you were trying to act like I was saying X Clan was in trees, dude. I
thought that's what you were saying.
But that's what I'm saying. You don't have to do that with me. See,
I'm not doing anything. I thought that's what you were saying.
Okay, I get that. I get it. But you're continuing on that path, and I'm telling you that the assumption, this is what you're seeing right now. I apologize to you. But again, we are tired. I'm speaking for New York now. We're not going to get the premise of proving points as far as hip hop should not lay on somebody in New York. It should lay on you.
Oh, that'd be fine, but I didn't make the claim that Eminem was doing something about me in the movie.
But think about this though. But look at the logic though. See, this belies your logic as far as being someone who studies Kemet. A black man who studies in ancient Kemet, who studies everything you study, who lives in the birthplace of New York hip hop, who says that he was interacting with two black iconic MCs, and you try to dismiss that in favor of Eminem. You know why? Because Eminem's
Nah,
status.
you tripping, bro.
Somebody else could fill in here.
Nah, you tripping, bro. And I agree with some of the things you're saying as far as it being some gatekeepers that's keeping that black conscious shit. I got a personal experience with Bobito, who I know, you know what I'm saying, with some music that I had that I gave to him, that I had that same experience. I know this shit was fire, you know what I'm saying? But everybody probably say that. But I can get with that part. Some of the other stuff, though, you kind of not a little bit incoherent.
It's the West too. The entire Kendrick Lamar blueprint. Y'all go to that? Y'all go to that. The conscious dance, blah, blah, blah. Juneteenth, you got that from New York City. And if you trace it to Sonetta, go to Sonetta and say that, do you know this dude? No, like I said, forget about Sonetta. Go to Professor Small, brother. Yeah.
All right, we got people been waiting to speak. Let's
Peace.
let some other peace to Brother Reggie. I see you in the building. Shout out to Black President. He chose to leave, but shout out to him. Go right ahead, Brother Reggie. You got the floor.
I'll just spend 3 minutes, just 3 minutes on this. I'm from New York. I'm from Castle Hill Projects. I came to Castle Hill Projects in 1971, right, from Brooklyn, from Virginia. 71. Hip hop movement started in roughly 1973 with Kool Herc spinning, doing parties, spinning records, right? Where I'm from, Remy Ma's from, but she's years younger than me, and I had been left Castle Hill Projects before she even began rapping. She was a young girl. She lived in the building of Trey D. Trey D is a Carter. His brother Ray Dean. They were like the origins of hip hop in New York. In Castle Hill Projects, but we were already late when it already started. We were already late. So there are new figures that people want to talk about when hip hop actually grew. But look, you're only really known in New York by your block, right? Unless you got a record. And unless you have a record. You have no record, you're really not known. We was doing pause tapes. I know y'all know about pause tapes so my whole point of it is you ain't known in New York throughout all the boroughs unless you got a record that everybody respects, because New York is kind of like local, right? So there's Bronx, there's Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, right? And there's even Mount Vernon, right? And some of these people like Puffy and all of those people, they're late. They weren't respected. They came in when hip hop was going commercial and stuff like that, but they weren't respected. They were children. He's younger than me, right? So when this person comes on and say they all hip hop in New York and stuff, if you ain't got a record that people was playing or a tape out there, you gotta show me a tape. You gotta show me a cassette tape. You gotta show me that, right? Otherwise, I respect you as a person. I just don't respect what you're saying, right? You gotta have a tape, right? So let me move off of that. Then he says he studies Kemet. And Smash Rockwell is on his show and Brother Reggie's on his show. And how can I say, for us, it's like almost like hip hop. Before then, it was the Egyptologists, it was the Africans, then it was the Greeks, then it was the Egyptologists, right? And then there was, for us, Diop, right? And Obenga. And then we are kind of the children of that movement. So I hope I was clear. What I'm basically saying is that New York is block oriented. People don't know you unless you got a record, right? Um, and I'll just leave it like that. If people could study everything that he was talking about was kind of like new compared to when hip hop began. Okay. And you know, I'm nobody, but I'm somebody. And I was there when we got hold of it in my projects. And we were early. So I knew Bam in my life. I knew a lot of people, right? Went to all of the parties when I was young. I'm talking about 12, 13, 14. Bentley's is new, right? Bentley's is new. We played in the projects, Monroe projects, Bronxdale projects, uh, Castle Hill projects, Bronx River projects. We played in the street, in the projects, right? They hooked their sound systems up to light poles. All that other stuff is just brand new. Let's get to Kemet for a second. All right, so Smash, how you doing, good brother? Love your work. You know, I'm a OG, but I'm a fan of your work, right? All righty. So for the last week or 2 weeks, I've been tracking down when was the first time that Kemet was called the Black Lamb. And when you start asking Egyptologists, they go, they go question mark, right? They go question mark. They can't tell you, right? The reason why, and some of them know, but they don't want to tell you. So I was reading Sandro Capocci, and Smash, I have a little problem. I have a little problem with what he said. And I'm hoping that you could. I understand what he said. And I don't think that he's wrong, but I do have
Let's
a
see the
problem
quote.
with
Let's
what
see the
he's.
quote.
Okay,
You can share your
so
screen.
yeah, I'm gonna share the screen.
And I need to email him too.
Yeah, I have a little problem with what he says, and I'm hoping that you can give me your thoughts on this because this is where we do peer review, right? So I'm hoping it's coming up.
It's on its way.
It's on its way. All right, good.
And peace to
Oh,
Brandon and Joey too. I see y'all.
okay, so where is it? All righty. So this is what Sandro says. Okay. So here's a site. I guess
Nafi?
it's his, huh?
Is it Nafi or something?
Yeah, he has a site, Nafi. So that's
Your
the
screen
site.
still is not shared, but I don't know. It might be coming.
Yeah, it's buffering.
Did it come up yet?
No, it's still buffering.
I can't hear you.
Nope.
It's still buffering.
It's still buffering. Okay, so let me just turn this thing down. Let me turn
By the
this.
way, what's up, Smash? What's up, Reggie? Sorry for
Peace.
touching
Peace.
back to the button
Peace.
that I think that I couldn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
call guy. Why he waiting? You tripping? So you trying to tell me so if not a Rodman, what you gonna give her then? Who you gonna compare her to?
Nah, man, Rodman don't shoot all type of crazy shots, shooting 38% from the field type stuff. He usually he'll take a crazy shot every once in a while if they're winning, but he stay in his lane and play his role. She thinks she's a scorer, man. She thinks she's a star. She got this whole thing where you heard her talk all that shit about it ain't just Caitlin Clark. I'm just as much of the reason as people paying attention to me. Man,
Okay, can you hear me now?
Out of here, man.
We hear you, but you frozen. I hear you talk, guy. Hey, but your image. So turn off your video image. Yeah, there you go, and just do that because it froze out. And I'll pull this off. Oh damn, Reggie didn't burnt out all the way. Yeah, I hear
Okay,
you.
so I'll button that up real quick, man, and yeah, bro. That's it. I mean, WNBA again. It is what it is. There are some great players in that league. You know what I mean? But some of it,
But
Like
you
that
gotta,
age of
I feel
situation.
what y'all saying, and you don't even gotta say it. I know what you're saying, and you're trying to say it soft, right? I mean, so that it won't hurt nobody feelings. But I feel you. You ain't even gotta. Well, what I'm saying is, let's look at the culture of how much we allow women to even participate in getting those true fundamental skills back when we was honing them on the real hoop court for real. Like
Yeah.
letting the girl on the court was hella weird, and she had to be somebody partner or something, and he had already got a vouch for her that she had game. But
But
if
that's
she
our
just
generation, Smash. Not the last 10, 15 years. We in the AAU travel basketball era. This is totally different now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Since
I hear you.
2010,
I
it's
hear
probably
you.
been
I
different.
hear you. That's true.
Hey, one more thing to button that thing up with the Black President, man. I went to his website and checked out that music, man. I'm not even gonna comment. I'm gonna just allow. I'm gonna encourage y'all to go check it out. And I don't think he'll be coming on and putting no presentations using his art as a defense, man. That's all. I'm gonna leave it right there. Respectfully.
Talk respectfully. Talk guy, hey, Root in the building. Reggie, you back?
I think so.
Oh yeah, you could. Now,
Okay,
if you
so let
want
me
to
share
turn
this.
off your video screen, it might help your No, you good. We see it. We see it. All right, so you got the floor. I'm about to mute out. You got the floor.
All right. So I don't got to call on my brother Smash for this to help me out. Okay, so he does this etymology of Kemet, right? And he says Kemet is the black one, which I accept. This is a translation provided by the Water Bull of Ehrman and Grappo. Several facts have led researchers to translate the word as the black one. The first of these in existence of an ancient Egyptian word Kem, to be black, and a feminine suffix T, both of which can be combined to form the adjective meaning black or secondary. Don't have a problem with that, right? What I have a problem with, okay, so then he does what we would do. He would talk Kemet, black soil, or black people. Shout out to Sandro Cappuccini for that, right? So he goes and examine does Kemet mean black soil or black people, right? So and he does a really good job of that because he analyzes what Fuma says, and he analyzes with he looks at Coptic morphology, and he looks at Emboli, right? Uh, and he does some pre-Coptic stuff, which is really, really great. Okay. So then he also does some language comparisons. That's nice, right? And then he is talking again about whether Kim is some type of land. He's doing a lot of good work. Did you read it, Smash?
Yeah, that was Fuma's second argument. Yeah, I read it, and
Right.
he wrote me a whole. I'll pull it out. But go ahead.
Okay, great. So then he analyzes a trebus or Harry, I forgot in the midst.
But he was
Her,
analyzing it about Emboli's argument, correct? And
right.
yeah, okay.
So he does this, but he does something that is okay. So his ultimate conclusion is the fact of ancient Egyptian literature regularly opposes Kim black to deserve red, that the former is associated with Osiris and the Egyptians, and the second is associated with Set and the foreigners, that the name of Egypt is formed on a root homogeneous to Kim, black, that the name of the desert is formed on a root homogeneous to that of desert, that Osiris is associated with Egypt and Seth with the desert, that the testimony of the contemporary languages of Pharaonic Egyptian and Coptic shows that the vocalization of the name of Egypt was what one would expect from a normalized adjective derived from the word root Kim, black, shows that there is no serious reason to question etymology of Kemet, Egypt, as the black one. So what he does is really great. He looks at Kemet because they say Kemet means the black one, right? And so when you say the one, is kind of like it's personified to some God concept, deity concept, maybe high principle concept, nature, high principle. and that is personified to be a person, place, or thing, or person, place, or thing.
Mm-hmm.
What I have a problem with is this part right here. So let me just show you. Okay, this is what I have a problem with. It's okay here, bull. This is what I have a problem with. So maybe, okay, so he goes, as the Varnish 78 inventory has shown, Kakem reading is unlikely, having been confirmed by only one questionable example. Likewise, the word Kim in a Threbus name is regularly written with the determinative of the bull. So the Threbus name, which they're saying is Kakem, right, is
No, no,
regularly
no, no, no,
written.
no. First they're talking about Kakim, but then second he's cited how in the Athrebus name, even though I know what you're talking about, that the bull is often behind or is used as a determinative, right? It says regularly written with the determinative of a bull.
Right,
Okay.
right. Okay, so which suggests that this is a reference to a black bull, the heraldic animal of the city, and it's known. This cannot be, at least in most cases, a Kakem black bull reading, since the sign representing a bull follows the sign of black in all or almost all cases, which the two signs coexist in the designation of a Threbus. So what he's saying is that the bull, you could take out the determinative of the bull and it would just mean black. So the question asked by Emboli, why does this Atribus have the same name as the whole country, referring to a spelling effectively similar to Kemet, Egypt? We will answer that there are many similar spellings of the name Atribus and the nome to which is added the determinative of the bull, which one again shows that although phonetically similar, at one point in history, the name of Egypt and the city of Atribus are quite different. That's not the one I wanted to read, so I'm sorry about that.
Oh, it's all good.
Um,
Kimet Eret? Oh.
yeah, well, he starts talking about the variations, like with Kemet, Waret right here. But what he's basically saying is that uh, it doesn't have a reading of black bull. It has a reading of just being black. And I'm interested in what your thoughts are, that if Ka I should have brought up the sorry, I should have actually brought up the Threbus. Let me see if I can bring it up with the bull, that a Threbus, that it doesn't mean, I'm sorry, I'm thinking it doesn't mean black bull. It just means black. What
Um,
is,
I don't
huh?
know about that though.
Say what?
I don't know about that. Why wouldn't it mean Black Bull then?
Right. So now we have to pull up let me see if I can pull up is it it's not, it can't be Harry, it can't be
So
that.
Osiris, I can show a text. Who turned to? I mean, yeah, the black ain't Osiris also the Black Bull or Wasir also the Black Bull?
Yeah, he's called Kim Ware.
Well, that don't answer something. So he's also called the Black too. So I understand that. But in some instance, they would have to say Bull in order for us to know that he was the Black Bull, right?
I would think that, right? But it seems that um that he's ignoring the bull for something else. So let me just try to get to the passage, right? I mean, I have a solution, but I have a solution to this, but okay, so let's see where it
Well,
says.
basically, it would be ultimately right because Kim wasn't really called Ka Kim. It was called Kim and we don't got a bull in that one. That's just great black. So then he would probably be right that to say to just call it black and not call the location Black Bull, if that's what he's saying, would possibly be true because we're not saying Kim Ka we just say Kim You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but he says the Ka Kim reading.
It's
The Ka
unlikely.
Kim is say what?
So he agreed with us.
Is unlikely.
So he said
Uh,
it's unlikely to read it Ka Kim, and probably based on what I just said, because we find the other name is Kim So it will probably be best to just read it as Kim if he's proven that that reading is unlikely.
okay, and he's explaining why. He's explaining why. Look,
I
he
got
says,
Vernus inventory right in my screenshots if you want me to show it. So he
yeah,
says, as Vernus's 1978 inventory has shown, the Cochran reading is unlikely. Let me pull up that inventory. And so the reason why he say that is because Vernus. No, you can keep showing it. I gotta find it first. It should be in my screenshots.
yeah. I was also looking for something else.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
okay. I'm gonna pull this off the main screen real quick.
I was looking. I'm looking for something else while you're saying that. And I don't. To me, it's not a big thing. It's really not. It's just It's just I'm just trying to figure out why would he ignore the bull,
Yeah, well,
and then at the
I
same
think that
time,
might be true. That well, we can look up Hakim in the TLA too, but I think it may be. I
and at the
can't find
same
that
time,
screenshot,
hmm,
but I got the book right here. Let me go grab the book. I'm gonna take a new screenshot, or I'm gonna just hold it up into the camera. Hold up. So that's Pascal Vernon since 1978. Give me a sec. That book costs hella money. It gotta be someplace. Oh, here it go. Let me see. All right, so this is an expensive book. Costs about 200. Well, let me see. I'm just gonna show people. This the work we're talking about. Oh, it's oh y'all can't see. You have to look at the YouTube to see it probably. Let me see. Share the video. Oh damn, wow. I'm phasing away. Pascal Vernus Athrebis. And this copy's so old that I have to I know right what you're talking about. But hopefully I don't tear the pages. Trying to find it. I'll just take a screenshot with my phone, maybe. But basically, based on the inventory he's providing, he said the Kim reading is unlikely. And we'll see why. We'll see if this inventory it don't have color renditions with the bull, maybe. I think the bull is on every one though. But you can continue while I look this up.
okay. So when I go here, share. Okay, so this here. Okay, so in this of the gnomes, right? And I think that you had a conversation with Ujao, and he was trying to call this Kim Weret. And I was trying to go through the phone, go through the technology to say he got that all wrong. but this area right here, this Kimware Kakim, Kakim, uh, he's basically looks to me saying that um, uh, take away the bull, right? This reading right here is wrong. Put Harriet, right? Of a three bis. You see a three bis here, everybody see a three bis here, Hood Harriet, right? What Harriet, I don't know why. I'm just getting older. But he's looking at this and he's seeing this bull here, and this is not saying.
Yeah, that's not Kim because that would break the grammar rules. So you just probably have to still just say Kim R. So think about it.
Wait. How could you say Kim where? There's
Oh,
no
well,
where.
well, okay. Oh, I feel you because I was saying because you know the location. But what you would really just say is Kim. Then, if that's the
Right,
case, because
okay.
why would you
But
say
the,
the Ka? The Ka is after the bull is after the Kim. So they would have said Kim Ka. I mean, see, that
yeah,
don't make no sense because if they wanted us to think that blackness was describing that bull right now, then the bull would be in front of the black, right? So then Kim is just probably the location of the bull, and that's why I know because we get Kim Earth. But that's what I think. But you can go ahead.
right. Well, there are other bull gnomes, and so you have the Hesed bull, the milk bull, right? You
But
have the
those
milk.
do those retain a name? So those retain they well see right in these. Notice how they put the Ka in parentheses. So that's see why they ain't putting our Ka in parentheses. They saying you might say Ka in that one, but they saying you definitely say Ka in that one.
But yes, well, that's why these are problems with Egyptology, right? These are these big problems where they take liberties. So, nevertheless, he's saying this does not mean black bull, right? It does not mean black bull. It just means black, right? And I guess this means Hesed, Hesed, which is the mother of Apis, right? The mother of the black who gives Apis milk, and but it's still related to bulls. All of these are still related to bulls. This one over here is this Chejebka, right? The Chejebka.
But
So now they
look,
put the yes,
all right, keep to Jeb Ka, keep going.
right, which is the calf and the cow, the calf and the cow. And I think those are the only three of those bull gnomes. But these are bull gnomes. These gnomes have much to do with um, I guess the black bull, Apis, or some other black bull, and it's in the form of a threbus. So if I go back to what he was saying, and let me just go back to what he's saying, share screen. So let me put it up, which it's not a big thing to me because there's something else going on that I want to deal with, which is why they call and I asked the audience, why do they call it the Black Land? Before I get that's where I'm getting at. But before that, I just wanted to because I was trying to answer this question, and then I looked at the scholar. So let me just see. As the Vernish inventory has shown, the Kakim reading is unlikely, having been confirmed by only one questionable example, which he did not give. Likewise, the word Kim in a threbus name is regularly written with the determinative the bull, right? Which we looked at, which suggests that this is a reference to a black bull, the heraldic animal of the city and its known. Then it says this cannot be, at least in most cases, a Kakim bull reading, since the sign representing a bull following the sign for black Kim in all or almost all cases where the two signs coexist in the designation of a three-bis? I don't understand. I don't understand the sentence. This cannot be, at
He's
least
saying
in
because the sign for the bull follows the sign for black. That's what I
correct.
was saying. If it said Kakim, and it was describing the color of the bull would be in front of the Kim. The descriptor has to be in the adjectival position, and which would be after the noun. So if the color is first, then he's saying it says the black bull like a designation for a threebus, but all you would probably read in that instance is Kim.
You would, okay. But my point is that it's a bull gnome.
Yeah, that's why the bull is there though. But
But
see,
he's saying take away the.
even later in time to say a bull, J. Mill taught me at one point in time to say the bull, you just say Kim.
Okay, if you are if you are trying to, okay, all right. If you're trying to but if you're trying to kind of like speak it, but in this case it's a bull known. So what he is saying is that even though it's a bull known, and even though there's some reference to that the oracle animal, right? Just leave out the ka and just call it Kim.
Because
I'm just
he's saying Ka is a determinative to show you what they're talking about, but you don't read the determinatives, right?
you don't, well, one thing is we've never heard it spoken. So based on Egyptology and its concepts of transliterations, that we don't use the determinative, right? We don't speak the determinative, right? But in this particular case, we based on what he is saying, I do understand he is saying that just call a three-bis Kim.
Yeah, it seems like it might have been that way. And there's instances where they do leave off, they do just call it Kim too. Because we got evidence of that from Kim R. They don't say Ka Kim R.
Right. That's if we're writing it for notations. But my point, my
No,
point,
that would be a name of it, Kim R.
no, you keep saying Kim but there's no
Oh no, I'm
in
not
it.
saying this glyph says Kim R. I'm saying we could find another glyph that's talking about the same location.
Yes. Yeah,
So
Kim,
if in the name of Kim R, we don't really see a bull pronounced, but we do see the Kim pronounced, and we know the adjective R is modifying Kim, then that's an argument that people might have just knew it as Kim. Because they just saying the great Kim, the great black. That's why they say the great black one. Now they know that'll be a reference to the bull, but I think whether Kyle was vocalized, I might think he's not far off with that, with what
no,
he's
he's
talking.
not. I'm just saying that it was. That's why I wanted to bring it up because um, we're wedded to the way the Egyptologists tell us to transliterate. So, but the problem is we don't really know what the ancient people what they would have said.
All right, well, just think about this. Say we take away what the ancient Egyptologists say about this, and we just look at the glyphs. We identify the Kim, and then we identify Ka for the bull, right? Now we be saying Kim Ka. Then we go into the grammar and ask ourselves, how could it be Kim Ka if Kim is the adjective that's supposed to be modifying Ka? It is a black bull, not a bull black. I mean, it's the bull. I mean, the adjective is modifying the bull, so it should be afterwards. So we be asking ourselves. Then we say, well, maybe that bull is a determinative, and we probably just supposed to say Kim. We come to those conclusions, or will we not?
We could, well, again, I just want to make sure that we're not wedded. We could look at this. We look at this and we say, this is this this area is they could just simply be talking about Apis, or they could just be talking about Mantu or Bucharest. But in this particular area, they're talking about uh, uh, something that is the adjective of this particular bull, right? Because there are other bulls. So this is the adjective of this bull, letting you know that this bull is black, and this is a black bull territory. And it is definitely a bull territory. If I take out the bull, then fine, it's a black territory, but we do know from this nome that it is a black bull territory, right? Just like this is the Haseb bull territory. We could take out the bull and we can just say Haseb, right? We can say Haseb, and I see the parentheses, but we know that we're talking about this Haseb. This one over here. This is, yeah, calf and a cow. We are talking about a calf and a cow related to bovines. So but I would think it'd be problematic. I mean, for pronunciation, for transliteration, that's another story. But it would be problematic if you take out the reference that there is a bull. Disagree? And then Hood Harry Ib, which becomes a three bis at another point. This how allows me to this doesn't say anything about that it is a bull territory or a black bull territory. And now we're going to a source in them's argument, right? That it has nothing to do with so they like the rest of them, they ignore the fact that it's related to or the black cattle. This is their argument, right? This is their argument. Ignore the fact that there's any relationship to the black cattle, right? Ignore that. Just use a three bis and Hood Harry Ip. But then you look at what the ancient people say, and the ancient Egypt people say that this has something to do with a cattle territory, where you can see cattle grazing and you can see them separating cattle. So I just had a minor point with that, and maybe when you talk to him, you can ask him clarification. Then if he says that this territory is Kim, I can accept that. Okay, just like I can accept that he says this territory is Haseb. I can accept that. But my problem would be is that yes, it could just be called Kim, but then that Kim is related to the black cattle. Am I confusing you? Is it something I'm being blocked?
No, it's all good. You're clear.
Right? Like
I think it was
what
the
happens
latter
is,
that Kim was related to the black cattle.
right, which he does say, and which he actually does say. So when we go back, he admits that it's related, right? I mean, I'm not disagreeing with Sandro. He's the man, right? I like him, right? I'm sorry, my thing is in the way. So what he says is, this is what he says, and maybe he was writing in French. Maybe he was writing in French, right? So he admits that Adreba's name is regularly written with the determination of the bull. Well, then he says, which suggests that's a reference to a black bull, right? But then he says this cannot be, at least in most cases, a Ka-Kim bull reading, since the sign representing a bull follows the sign of a black in almost all cases, where the two signs coexist in the designation of a threebus. So what is he saying? That's what I was trying to figure out. What is actually he saying? Read this sentence and tell me what is he saying.
I'm telling you, I told you before.
Tell
This
me
cannot
again.
be, at least in most cases, a Hakim black bull reading. It couldn't be a Hakim black bull reading. Since the sign representing the bull follows the sign for black, which is a break in the grammar. That's what he's pointing out. If it was
Okay.
before the sign for black, then black would be in the adjectival position, and then we could read it Hakim.
I
So what does
understand.
he suggest it is instead?
Right.
Just Kim.
Okay.
Just
But there's
Kim.
still, but that if that's a determinative, they're still referring to a black cattle, right?
Yeah, exactly. We
It's
all
just the
know that,
reference
and
is just
he knows that too, but he's saying the way we would read it will just be Kim. Because we don't read
okay.
determinatives, and he's arguing that it's a determinative describing what is black. Excuse me. I'm just having lunch. That's why I was on mute. I'm going back to mute.
So what
Okay.
he's really saying is the term bull is inherent with Chem, or Chem is inherent with the bull. Am I saying that correct?
Well, let me think about it. You might want to agree with him, Reggie, because what he brings out under further, if you analyze it further, it corroborates your theory about Kemet the cattle.
Oh
Because
yeah, I agree with him. See, here's the thing is, I
real
agree.
quick, just let me make this point. When we see Kemet and the divine bulls, we don't say Ka Kemet and they got a bull behind it. See, we just say Kemet and they call the divine herd of black bulls Kemet, even if it's a bull behind it. So he's giving you further evidence to say, see here, we should just call this Kim, even though it got a bull behind it.
Okay, okay. Again, I don't disagree with him. I just think that he could have just simply say that, which maybe he said it, it's just the way he said it gave me a problem. I agree with him because it does help my work or our work, right? That Kim is related to the black cattle. And you don't need the car. But when we look at the image, we do see the Kabul, right? So he does help me. So let me just move off. Maybe you'll come back and then when you conversate him, maybe you can get a more direct, something direct. If he says, well, we don't need the car, we just can call it Kim, right? Fine. And so it's implied that this bull is a black bull. Fine. I'm hoping that we can get a more specific, like I mean to say what I wanted to say, what I did say, or I could say it said another way, is that we don't need we don't need the calf like you just said, or the bull, just like you said. We could just say that this is Kim, and this is the bull territory,
Right. It
right?
seems like it seems like he's saying the same thing that we're saying, that the word bull, that the word Chem is implicit of bull. You
Yeah,
don't
you're
have to say
right.
the word bull.
You're right.
But
He
he's
got another
saying
article. You're
it's
right, Joey. He
already
got another article on this website where he expounds on how they use color adjectives when they're nominalized or turned into nouns. He
Mm-hmm.
says when you take a color adjective and turn it into a noun, you don't gotta say what the name of that noun is anymore. So a lot of the times they just will call something the color, just like we do greens. We took the color green, turned it to a noun, and we naming all different type of leaf vegetables by saying, yo, let me get some greens. It could be collard greens, it could be lettuce, right? And that's the same thing that's happening. I mean, the same phenomenon that happened when you take Kemet and turn it into a noun on anything. You could just call that's why they call it the divine herd Kemet. We knew it was black, and now we know it's a herd because of how they read it out and let us understand it. And so,
I got it. But do you see just leaving it like this? Okay, so why isn't it not the black land?
but that's how he came to his conclusion that it's the black one, and this is evidence. Remember, he said it mean the black one, right?
Yes, yes, that's
And
why.
that's more evidence to it, because he's saying you leaving off that bull, but in this case, there ain't even nothing there that even say land that we're leaving off.
Yeah, right. He does it another way. He does it with logic. He says Osiris, Osir, and Seth, right? And he makes those points. And then yeah, then he analyzes Coptic, right? He analyzes Coptic, and he does this kind of like a logical statement where he says where he comes up is there should be no serious question that the etymology of Kemet as the black one, right? And I got that, but but he but but the issue of the black one, this is where he doesn't really, he makes the statement, but he doesn't talk about black
But
one.
we'll go to right there at the end of the last sentence. I'm gonna read it. It says, "No, it was right on the screen. Go back up.
Okay.
It was just right on the screen. I think it's in this sentence. The reason proposed by a long tradition of Egyptologists is that by the end of the final R of Kim has weakened into a I or a J before phonetically disappearing and seeing a weakening of the W in the vowel. The loss of the feminine and collective T at the same time led to the confusion between the writing of a Threbus name, whether it was Kim or Kim. So right there, we say that was he. You see how he got a writing for Threbus as Kim.
Mhm.
So in here, he was just. I mean, later it appears or earlier. I don't know. Oh no, this is the same sentence. I mean, this is scene that appears to be close to the same paragraph because at least he's under Vernus's analysis. He's talking about what Vernus recalled.
Right.
So if we see he got a KM for Kim right there and no Kakim, we can clearly see his argument was that Kakim is not a correct way to read it, and we should just call it Kim in those instances.
Okay. I accept that, but now let's deal with how does he make the point that it means the black one?
Oh, okay, okay. Now, honestly, I thought I was reading that, but I don't think because when I seen that hyphenated T, I thought he was going to talk about the abstract nature of when you place a T in the abstract. Some argue that it says that which is, and some could argue it says one which is. Now, since we find Kemet as also Kemu, well, we don't find Kemet as Kemu. We find Kemet only as Kemet or Kemi. But one could argue, and just like Dr. Maggie Bryson said, or it makes it that which is.
Okay.
So then that which is black could be the black one, right?
Well, that which is could be the black cattle.
Yeah, but the cattle could still be the black one.
Well, cattle is plural.
Oh yeah,
Or
the black cow.
black bull or black
I mean the
cattle.
black
So
bull. But I'm just saying, so that's kind of like how it appears to work together. But I hear you,
Yeah,
and
it
I'm
could
glad.
be.
Go ahead. Who is that? Is that Joey?
No, that's not me.
Oh, whoever that was, a tall guy. I think you went back on mute.
Yeah,
right.
that was Torgo.
So
But let me pose.
I didn't so I don't know if he made, so he says there's no serious reason to question the etymology of Kim in Egypt as the black one. And the way he does this, he goes to Osiris and he goes to Set. So he adds that in, which was well, Osiris is the black one, right? I know he has a attribute of Kim Ware, but you would have to know that, right? You would have to know that. So
Well, when we started it out in the vertible or however we got it, they said it was the black one. That's when he
yes,
started. And so he just said it ain't really no reason to question that.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with it, or that which is the one.
So what I'm saying is he maybe did not lay out the etymology of why it's the one. Oh, there you go right there.
No, he
Because you
just
say
said
that
the
is.
water blue.
So let me just read Kemet, the black one. This is the translation provided by the vertible of Erman and Grappau, or whatever. Several facts have led researchers to translate the word to be the, in parentheses, black, and one in parentheses. The first of these is the existence of the Egyptian word. Wait, the first of these is the existence of the Egyptian word kim, meaning to be black, and the feminine suffix t, both of which can be combined to form an adjective meaning black, or secondarily a noun derived from this adjective via conversion, that is, without adding an additional affix. So that's just saying it just means black. And so I don't know how, if we want to go further about the one, I don't think there's nothing there to put the one, but that's just going with the etymology that I mean that's going with the dictionary source that was provided by
Okay.
Barnable.
So he does otherwise he does a good job. I just think he could have said that a little bit more succinct, right? Then black soil or black people, right? The etymology of Kemet is meaning black is acknowledged by the great majority of Egyptologists who define it either as a reference to the black color of the Nile silt or the skin color of the ancient Egyptians. This later meaning is mainly acknowledged by Egyptologists and other researchers of Black African descent. So he's arguing, does it mean Black people or Black soil? And he ends it with saying that it's the Black one, which is kind of a personified meaning of a people, a person, right? So I got that. I just wish he was a little bit more clear.
Yeah, I hear
So,
you.
so the question is, where do they actually get the fact that it's the Black land? Where do they get this and build on it?
Do you got a presentation on that?
Yeah, I'm just going to show it to you. So this is where they get it from. They get it from our man Plutarch, like they get the eating of the phallus of Osir by the Nile catfish and the cutting in the 14. We get it from the Greek. So this is what Plutarch says. These are the things that may be uttered without doors. These then are the things that may be uttered without doors and in public, they containing nothing but matters of common cognizance. But now the most learned and reserved of the priests do not term the Nile only Osiris and the sea Typhon, but in general the whole principle and faculty of rendering moist they call Osiris.
Let's first note on that. This is a weird translation, but I don't know who translated this, but it's from a university. It says it at the bottom. But first, let's note that they said the faculty of rendering moist. I heard in another translation that says the faculty of life-giving properties they find in moisture, and they call that Osiris. Then it says, as believed to be the cause of generation of the very substance of seminal moisture. And on the other hand, whatever is a dust, fiery, right, or anyway dry or repugnant to wet, they call typhoon or set. And therefore, because they believe he was of a red or sallow color when he was born, they do not greatly care to meet men of such looks, nor willingly to converse with them. On the other side, again, they report that when he was born, that report that Osiris, when he was born, was of a black complexion, because that all water renders earth, clothes, clouds black when mixed with them. And the moisture also that is in the young person makes their hair black. But grayness, like a sort of paleness, comes up through over much drought upon such as are now past their vigor and begin to decline in years. In a like manner, it just says in like manner, the springtime is gay, fecund. What is that word? Fecund? Yeah, right.
Um,
And very
Cool, yeah.
agreeable. It means like okay. But the autumn, although defect of moisture, is both destructive to plants and sickly to men. Moreover, the ox called Nevis or whatever, which is kept in Heliopolis, is sacred to Osiris and judged by some to be the sire of Apis. It is a it is a coal black color and is honored in the second place after Apis, to which we may add that they call Egypt, which is, now note this, which they call Egypt, which is one of the blackest soils in the world. They, as they do the black part of the eye, Camille. And that's the part you was looking for?
yeah, so basically this is where this is where we get Egypt as being black by the soil from Plutarch.
Oh, but
Yeah.
hold on. I know I analyzed this closely, and we really got to trip off this part of the text, because if we read it without going into the parentheses, it says, to which we may add that they call Egypt as they do the black part of the eye, Chemia. See?
Yeah,
But so he ain't really equating Egypt. If you look at the overall sentence, he's saying they're equating Egypt to the blackness of the eye. But when talking about Egypt, he shows us that it has some of the blackest soil in the earth. But I don't want nobody to confuse it that he's saying that the black soil was called Kemet. And that's clear to see here in the cold part is what we trip off. This word says Egypt. So if we go into the Greek and we click the interlinear, this part will probably go back to our word Egyptos. But when we come back to this other word, it goes Chemia. It'll probably go back to Kimi, which we know he's talking about something that, an old name that actually was black. But the ultimate point about this is if we exclude the what's in parentheses, we can see what he's really saying. And some try to attach what's in the parentheses to say, look, he's saying Kemet mean black soil. No, he's saying to which we may add they call Egypt as they do the black part of the eye.
that's correct. That's
Chemia.
black,
Exactly.
right?
So they
Like
try to mess that up. I would like everybody to notice that part. Even though he
But the,
is talking about it has black soil, he's not saying they call it Kemet because of that. He's saying they call it Chemia because it's like the black part of the eye.
right.
right, but when you go back
Right.
up further, because he makes this whole thing about Osiris and Typhon and the land and autumn and all of that stuff, that's when they put in parentheses, which is one of the blackest soils in the world, which is not really true.
You're right, but it's a part we didn't read that starts up further in the text, and he's kind of ultimately explaining. Maybe go to another page before that. He's ultimately explaining why Osiris is black. But if you now you can scroll down, it's gonna say somewhere. Oh, maybe let's go back up. Osiris on the river. I just see it.
I went to the
No,
first.
yeah, I'm just looking to see what it said. So
But
maybe
it
we
seems
shouldn't
like
have
he's
to go
adding
back.
his.
Go back one more click, because in this whole diatribe, he first mentions that they say Osiris is black because he come from the Nile. Oh, there you go. Look, and because the Egyptians are of opinion that Typhoon was a red complexion, they therefore devote him to such. So let's go back to the page before. He's going to mention the black complexion of Osiris in another place. No, the page before, not after.
Be,
Click the left. Yeah.
okay, so here you go.
Now let's see where he says someplace on here he gonna say something about Osiris being dark because he come from the south. Dang, this don't look like. All right, Typhoon is red hair and an ass complexion, but where is he going? All right, I'll find it in another.
Maybe before this. Maybe before this.
But can I say something,
Go,
Flash?
go right ahead while we're looking for this. There you go,
Seems
right
like
there. There you go.
it.
There you go.
It
By the
seems like
greatest part. Hold on, because we found it. They saying something about his black complexion being sacred. If you go down, it says, but the greatest part of the priests do say that Osiris and Apis are both of them one. No, I'm sorry. Go right ahead and I'll continue. I might have. I know I didn't leave this on the goose chase because I got the quote, but maybe it wasn't so close to what I thought it was
But
in
it
that text.
seems like it seems like here Plutarch is doing what Reggie described as Greekifying some of these things, and maybe he doesn't have a good understanding of the Kemetic language too. I'm just observing that. I could be wrong. I never read the text.
Well, he
I could be
said some
wrong.
stuff that turns out to be right and wrong. Yeah, let's keep going back and see. I'm sorry that I don't know where it's at. So rappers with Osiris, are they? He's still talking about that, but I'll find it. And you can continue doing what you're doing, and I'll look for it because I got you going back too many pages. But
What's
it's
the date that Plutarch lived around? What is his time period?
he's in.
It would be the Ptolemaic era.
Is he in the first century or am I tripping?
Yeah, we
I
can look
think
that
he
up.
in the first century.
First.
I think really second and third, but we can.
Click it and see. I mean, you
Okay.
can just type Plutarch in Wiki.
Plutarch's time. Plutarch's.
It'll say
I
it
would
right
have
on
just
his
Googled
Wiki.
it. I'm driving right now. I would have Googled it
Oh, I'm
myself.
talking to, Reggie got the screen open.
Yeah.
First century.
Right.
First century, so you're correct.
But the document gives it away because it mentions Ptolemy in the document.
Well, let me see. Well, anyway, I didn't want to interrupt what you were showing, Reggie.
No. Please. I need your help. I want you to interrupt. So I'm gonna stop sharing. No, please.
All right, well, the way that we can find it, how did you get to that? Because there's some way we can search that text and find particular words. And what he had said was Osiris was dark because he came from the south, but then he started talking about the other reasons why he was black. But everybody clearly see he said he had a black complexion and didn't say it had nothing to do with divinity. Or maybe did we show that yet? POU.
He had a black complexion, and it had something to do with the seasons, and the
moisture.
And the moisture.
So it had to do with moisture because moisture darkens everything. But let's see if we can find the one. I got a different translation here, and I'm gonna see if I can Google the word south.
So,
but question that those statements are not really qualified in the Kemetic text that a saw is associated with moisture, are they?
What you mean? What you mean qualified?
Not in the first century.
What I'm saying is he said his opinion is that a saw is black because moisture makes it black, but we've never read a text to say that a saw is associated with moisture.
Oh well, exactly. But he's giving he's giving his secondary source opinion. You know, he's not really a primary either. He's just somebody who was closer to the source than us. So I agree with you that I ain't read no text to say that, no. But this is why I want to show you this other thing he said.
Not even a good secondary source, right? Because he didn't even live during the time of Manetho. He was even 200-300 years after Manetho.
Well,
But
he definitely is thousands of years away from the origin of that, but
Right.
he about 2,000 years closer than us. That's all. But still,
Right.
yeah.
No doubt.
but what he's do, but it seems like reading the document, he's acting as a scribe for the Ptolemy to write these things down to take back to the Greeks to give them an idea
Yeah, it's
because
exactly
it
what he was
mentions
doing. You're
Ptolemy in there.
100% right.
It mentions Ptolemy in there,
Pardon
but like
me?
he don't understand the language. He just making up
Well,
something.
I don't
He
think
don't
he
really
under. I
understand the
don't. I
language.
definitely don't think he knew how to read Meta Nature.
Right. But then he also says something interesting. He says that he recognizes that the priests are not telling them everything. He implies that in the document. That the things that they say behind closed doors that they don't say outside. Correct?
And I can't
But
find what I thought I could find, so I'm just
Right.
gonna
So he
leave
starts
it
talking
alone.
about, you're correct, he starts talking about, well, we're gonna talk without the doors, meaning the secret societies and stuff like that. We're gonna talk plain. So so he's trying to talk in the opening like he's revealing something, but it's his own opinion.
No. What he was saying was he's repeating what he heard the priest say outside because he knows that when they're in the temple, they say things that the Greeks don't hear.
That's good.
It seems like
That's
that's the implication behind the statement. I'm just repeating what I heard. I don't know the full story because the priests say things behind closed doors that we don't know,
yeah.
or things that we might not
So
understand.
he says these, without showing my screen, but I'll show my screen. It doesn't matter. Just so that everybody will see. So what happens is Egyptologists, this is where they build on, and then they add meat to these fake bones, right? To make something true that's not true. So it says, these then are the things that may be uttered without doors and in public. They contain nothing but matters of common cognizance. But now the most learned and reserved of the priests do not term the Nile only Osiris and the sea Typhon, but in general the whole principle and faculty of rendering moist they call Osiris, as they believe it to be the cause of generation and the very substance of the seminal moisture. And on the other hand, what is dust, fiery, or anyway drying or repugnant to wet, they call typhoon. And therefore, because they believe he was red of sallow color when he was born, they do not greatly care to mention with men of such looks, nor willingly converse with them. On the other side, again, they report that Osiris, when he was born, was a black complexion. Because so this is very helpful because we got them. Osiris was born with a black complexion, but they leave all of this stuff out and say that Kemet means the black land, but they leave out the fact that the same person that we get the black the kind of like the black land concept was from Plutarch. At the same time, he says Osir was black, and Osir
Right.
is a personified deity.
Right. And he's also implying that black is sacred and red is not.
Exactly.
But since he's only talking, from half of the story, he's making up the reason why he thinks they said that. They say that because when you read other documents, they explain to you that the Greeks had a hard time understanding Medunetia, even though it was being taught to them. They didn't really understand what was being taught to them. And then he's just saying there's some things that they simply just don't say in front of us, and we know that. We have to make this up to make it sound good, basically, because we don't
So
really know what.
how I got here was okay. We know from what he said, Osir is black at birth, but they leave out that. Egyptologists leave out that, right? But they build on this black land type of thing, right? They build on that. But then he says, moreover, the ox called Minervis, which is kept at Heliopolis, and is sacred in parentheses, and is sacred to Osiris and judged by us to be sire of Apis in parentheses, is of Now, without parentheses, is a coal black color and is honored in the sacred place after Apis. So that's where I got into it because I was like, okay, now they're talking about the black cattle culture, right? But why don't Egyptologists, why was everybody laughing at me, except for Smash and the Magi's, about the relationship between Osiris, which is a personified deity, right? Uh, uh, with
Black deity,
with
a black deity. Let's not forget that word.
a
A
black
super
deity
black deity.
with a black deity, and then he's related to Apis or Amenoris, right? Who's a coal black color, these cattle cultures, right? And then he says, to which we may add that they call Egypt, and I'm gonna do what Smash told us to do, forget the parentheses, which we may add that Egypt, that they call Egypt as they do the black part of the eye, Kimia. So they call Egypt Kimia. That's their Greek word for Kemet, because of the black part of the eye, not having anything to do with soil.
But
Nothing.
you see, Reggie, this once again goes back to two things: understanding academia and writing, as you always say, and understanding the language. Because when you understand academia, you see parentheses. They're telling you this is not really anything that's substantiated by any text. This is a man's opinion and something that might be added for clarity or explanation. But when you don't know academia and writing, you will read that and run with that, and not understanding that
Well, that's
the
why we correct
Egyptologists
them.
are really espousing a theory, but they wouldn't tell you that if you don't know. It's a theory they're espousing and putting forward. And if you don't know that, you're going to run with it. Because if you look
Well,
at the etymology,
that's
black language
why,
and parentheses.
but that's why you see the eloquence of Smash when he was talking to Jonathan Winterman, right?
I agree.
You see,
Exactly.
or when you saw Diop and Obanga talk to Sonoran and the other and the Arab scholar, right? You see the eloquency. It's like you could be shadow boxing. You can make a whole film about how good you are with the video cameras on, but that's okay until the other opponent hits back, right?
Right.
So when they're left in their void of an actual opponent, they write things like this. But when you have an actual opponent that is blocking and fighting back, then all of that stuff goes away. So
And they asked you to take the video down.
say what? Oh
But then they
yeah.
asked you to take the video down. We still want that Kara Cooney video, Dr. Reggie, but I'm gonna leave it alone for now.
No,
I would
because
love
you
that.
see what's
I would love
happening.
to see that video.
Do you see what happened with Billy? So all they can do is put a cease and desist and
Right.
drag me into court, right? Like in a slap case where they make me spend money because they may have more money than I do, right?
Yeah.
And
She don't want
then
that Billy Carson treatment.
no, yeah, because I know law. And so once a person makes that statement, she made the same statement that Billy Carson made, right? And you saw what was happening. People was being forced to take down videos. They were getting copyright requests, not copyright strikes, but copyright requests. And everybody was scared, right? But I don't get a chance to talk. I did get a chance to talk to her. I just nobody will know that I did talk to her.
Hey yo,
Man, just throw that thing up once, man, and like give us a day that you're
nah,
gonna put
he
it up.
can't throw it up. He can't throw it up. That's
Okay.
gonna break her. That's gonna be legal. He's saying, and so maybe you should do something like have a private thing and play only the audio. You know what I mean?
Even if you
Well,
took
no,
it
I
down
could. What I could do is I could scrub it for everything that she said and said I had a conversation and
Oh,
these
I
were
know
my
the best
points.
thing to do. take the transcripts from it, right? And get 2 new AI voices. For real. Take the transcripts from it, get 2 different AI voices, and say me talking to an anonymous Egyptologist.
I know, but then she would still say
now you
that,
can blur the voice like one of them YouTubes where they show the dude, and you could be funny. You could get one of them dark dudes who in like 60 minutes, right? And change the voice to that, yeah, oh, I don't know about 049. What is 049? You know what I mean? Well, I mean, you can't get the transcripts and put it in a different voice and not tell no one who she is, and she's
but
protected.
everybody knows from the conversation who she is.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Everybody knows from the conversation. It's just that I don't want to be dragged into no California court.
Yeah.
I hear that, right?
I don't want to, if I was in California, that would be another story, but I don't want to be dragged into California court. So what I can do is scrub everything that she said and say, this is my points in this conversation, right? This is my points in the conversation, and you don't have to hear her voice. You don't have to hear her voice. I'll scrub her name. But this is my conversation. But the problem is now I met her personally. So I went to a conference, I met her personally, and we were having a good time.
Can you
me and
unshare
her.
the screen so we can come on the big screen?
Say what? Stop sharing the screen.
Yeah, so I can see you now. We can see you on the big screen. Go ahead.
Okay. So what happened was we're in this conversation at the ASAR conversation in a panel, right? It was a question and answer. And so it was on repurposing coffins. And me and Dr. Karakuni was agreeing in the conference. And you'll hear it when the thing comes up. So we're having a great conversation about Hatshepsut and repurposing, and she lets me know that one of her statues was in fact repurposed, right? But most of them were shattered, so she agreed with me in public, fine. And then we get outside, I go to meet her and say, how you doing? I shake her hand, and we start chit-chatting. She says, well, I think I know you. And she looked at my badge. And I said, Dr. Karakuni, you do know me. And she says, how do I know you? I said, because of the interview that we had. And then she politely smiled, and that was the end of it. So she didn't expect me